Hey guys, Mitch from retrostitchgaming here, back again with another video on games that you may have missed. And in this episode we are going to be going over several hidden gems for the Xbox 360. Some of them are also available on the PlayStation 3, so you don't need to miss out if you don't have an Xbox 360. As you'll know, the Xbox 360 is one of our favourite systems to collect for. As you can see behind us, we've got quite a big collection of Xbox 360 games, and now is the perfect time to collect for it, as most of the games are super cheap and really easy to come by, and there's absolutely boatloads of hidden gems on that system. Loads of good games that got completely missed by people. We also did a video on 5 awesome RPGs for the Xbox 360 that you may have missed, so be sure to definitely check that out if you like RPGs or if you're looking for some of those genre for the Xbox 360. But without further ado, here are 7 Xbox 360 hidden gems that you may have missed. First up, we have Singularity. I am really excited to talk about this game. It is such an awesome and incredible game. It's also available on the PS3, guys, as well. This is one of them. I never hear people talk about this game for some reason, which I don't really understand why. It's absolutely awesome. Really enjoyed this, one of my favourite 360 games.
It's a really cool first-person shooter that looks similar to the Call of Duty games in visual style, as it was made by Activision, but other than the FPS gameplay it couldn't be more different. To me it reminds me quite a bit of the Bioshock games or Half-Life, and like those games has some survival horror elements. The plot revolves around a mysterious island known as Katamari 12, where Russian experiments involving E99, which is Element 99, were taking place during the Cold War. Sometime during the 1950s, a terrible catastrophe known as the Singularity took place on the island. The island is constantly shifting between time from 1950 and 2010. Your goal is to escape the island and eventually stop the Singularity from occurring in the first place, whilst being hindered by Russian forces in both time periods, and also deal with the mutated former inhabitants of the island, some of which have gained time manipulation powers of their own. A main gameplay device in this game is a weapon called the TMD, Time Manipulation Device, which allows you to move objects backwards and forwards through time to help you progress through the game. For example, say a bridge is now collapsed that you need to cross, well, you can use the TMD to transfer the bridge back through time to when it was still standing strong. I highly recommend this game. It's such a great title and one of my favourite 360 games, and a total hidden gem.
Next up we have Beautiful Katamari. This is the 4th instalment in the Katamari series, I believe, and it's an Xbox 360 exclusive, which is quite unique, as before this one, they'd all been PlayStation exclusives, and this one was originally meant to be for the PS3, but it got abandoned, and the PlayStation 3 got Katamari Forever instead, I believe. I could be wrong, but yeah, this is a great game, a lot of fun, super weird, but brilliant.
The game is so crazy and weird, and the intro alone makes you feel like you're tripping balls, but behind all the insanity is a really charming and visually stunning game with very unique and addictive gameplay, with amazing J-pop styled music which fits so well and is extremely captivating. The game opens with the king of all cosmos, his queen and the prince enjoying some tennis while on vacation. However, a powerful serve by the king causes the tennis ball to rip through the fabric of the universe, creating a black hole that sucks everything but the planet Earth into it. In order to correct it, the king commands the prince to roll up Katamaris on Earth to recreate the planets, sun and other celestial features. We did say this game was a bit crazy. The gameplay is simple. You must roll around your Katamari collecting small items, and then bigger and bigger items the larger your Katamari gets. Even though this sounds pretty boring, trust us when we say it's not, and this game is so addictive and leaves you just wanting to play more. This is such a charming and unique series of games, and is the perfect chill out game, as you can just sit back and relax without having to put too much thought into it.
Next up we have Enslaved, Odyssey to the West. I am super excited to talk about this game. This is one of my favourite Xbox 360 games and such a total hidden gem. Also available on the PlayStation 3. I love literally everything about this game, from the beautiful graphics, the amazing characters, the storyline is incredible, and the relationship between the two protagonists on the case here is absolutely beautiful. They go from absolutely hating each other at the start of the game to becoming pretty much inseparable by the end. And this game, if you're going to check at least one game out on this list, please let it be this one.
Enslaved is set 150 years in the future after a global war has ravaged the Earth, destroying most of the human race and leaving the world plagued by robots known as mechs, left over from the war. Mechs still follow their programming and seek to eradicate hostiles now surviving humans. You play as Monkey, who is voiced by the amazing Andy Serkis, who plays Gollum in Lord of the Rings for anyone who didn't know, who must escort Trip to her village. He has to do everything she tells him as she has placed a slave headband on him which will kill him if any harm comes to her. Although the gameplay is nothing alike, the overall apocalyptic setting of the game and the budding relationship between its two protagonists reminds me so much of The Last of Us, one of my all-time favourite games. If you never played this one, please check it out, and like most of the games on this list, it is so cheap to pick up nowadays.
Have you ever wanted a racing game with all the chaos and destruction of the Burnout series, with all the co-op fun of the Mario Kart games? Then this game, Blur, is what you're looking for. This game is awesome, so much fun. One of our favourite co-op arcade racers on the system, and probably one of our favourites of all time. It's such a good and fun game.
In the game you get a variety of different items to pick up, like mines, missiles, nitro boosts, shields and more. These are picked up just like in the Mario Kart games and make for some awesome and unpredictable races. There's a huge roster of licensed cars to unlock and race with, and the tracks are based on real life environments, such as the LA River canals and several parts of London. Although the game was received very well with great reviews, it unfortunately sold pretty woeful, which is a huge shame as most people would have missed out on such an enjoyable game to kick back and play with friends, and there was also a sequel that was cancelled. If you're looking for a cool racer though, this is definitely one to pick up.
Next up we have Asura's Wrath. I don't even know where to begin with this game, it's insane. For the first 10 minutes of playing it I had no idea what was going on whatsoever, but it still grabbed my attention and I couldn't put it down. The visuals are incredible. I absolutely love the visuals. For a game that's 7 or 8 years old now, something like that, it looks incredible, and it's got very Japanese anime styled visuals. It looks like some epic fantasy anime styled thing. Really good game. I don't really know how to describe this guy either, Asura. He's like a mix of Kratos from God of War or Vegeta from Dragon Ball. I don't know. He's a absolute lunatic. The only thing I do know that I can describe him is this guy is absolutely filled with rage.
The game follows Asura, who is a demigod seeking revenge on the other demigods who betrayed him. The gameplay is a mix between third-person beat-em-up, similar to your classic God of War games. This game actually has quite a lot of God of War vibes. It's like an Asian God of War in my opinion, and also interactive sequences filled with quick time events, which can be a little annoying in my opinion, as I've never really been a fan of these, but they were all the rage at the time of this game. And the game is made by Capcom, who loved adding quick time events into everything they made at this time. Because of this unique mix of game style and the visual style, the game is often referred to as an interactive anime. This game is actually really fun and enjoyable. Yes, it's nothing groundbreaking, but it's totally worth checking out and was missed by a lot of people.
Next up we have Alice Madness Returns, which is a sequel to American McGee's Alice. So really fun game. I absolutely love the visuals in it. They're really unique and colourful and different. And I absolutely love this dark and twisted take on the Alice in Wonderland story, and it really does look and feel like something that Tim Burton would make.
The game follows Alice Liddell, a girl suffering from trauma caused by the death of her family in a fire. Alice was discharged from a psychiatric clinic and now lives in an orphanage for mentally traumatised orphans, under the care of Dr. Angus Bumber. To get rid of the trauma and learn the truth of her past, she once again falls into Wonderland, where a new evil force has corrupted. Wonderland looks incredible and has some really awesome and unique looking enemies, and most of the famous Wonderland characters make an appearance, although looking much more freaky than you're used to. Although the game is a lot of fun and we enjoyed it thoroughly, it could become a little bit tedious and repetitive as you progress through the game, but it's definitely worth checking out if you're looking for something new, but it's by no means the best game on this list.
Last but certainly not least, we have Spec Ops The Line. At first glance, this just looks like your everyday war game, but it's so much more than that. It's got an incredible story with some really dark undertones, and it really did exceed all my expectations. Such a great, unique game that really gets you thinking.
In Spec Ops The Line, you play as Captain Martin Walker, who is sent to a post-catastrophic Dubai with an elite Delta Force team on a recon mission. The really unique thing about the game is as it progresses, Captain Walker starts to experience hallucinations and slowly realises the horror of war. The game was designed to be physically opposing, causing players to question their thoughts about treating war in a video game as entertainment, tasking players to perform a variety of morally ambiguous decisions. Unlike most war games that are first person, Spec Ops is played in third person, and you must hide in cover and vault over covers in similar style to what you get in the Gears of War games. You can also give basic commands to your teammates. A really cool thing about the game is the awesome way it uses the sand and desert environment. Sandstorms can occur that hinder your view as well as changing the environment, and you can also use the sand against your enemies at certain points, for example making sand avalanches to bury them. This is a really great game with some great mechanics and a unique story which we highly recommend checking out.
Okay guys, so there you have it. 7 Xbox 360 hidden gems that you may have missed. I really hope that you found a new game to play from these 7 awesome games. That's why I do these videos, to try and bring some of these lesser known games to people's attention. There will be a part 2 to this, as there's way too many Xbox 360 hidden gems to talk about to get it all in one video. There could even overlap into a part 3, so there's plenty more on the way if you didn't find something new, but I really hope that you did. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to check out our other content if you enjoyed this video, as we do similar things for all manner of consoles, hidden gem videos for all of them, and other types of similar collection videos. Thank you once again for watching, guys, and I'll see you all very soon, hopefully, for our next video.